Hi guys, welcome back to the Drive Life channel. In today's video we're going to be going through the costs of driving to the Arctic Circle. So for those of you who don't know, we recently took my S80 to the Arctic Circle, drove from here in the UK, in Herefordshire, all the way up to Jokkmokk in Sweden. It was about 5,000 miles overall, and it really was the trip of a lifetime. It was fantastic. We were driving on ice roads, swerving around reindeers and mooses. It was just awesome. But a lot of you guys have been asking how much it costs, so I thought, yeah, why not, let's go into it. I've done some few calculations, and I've worked it out, and I was pleasantly surprised, actually, to be honest. When we were doing the trip, it was more just a case of beeping the card on the scanner. It's all in kronas. I had no idea how much I was spending, but taking a look at it sort of with hindsight, it wasn't too bad at all. So let's get straight into it. So the first thing I thought we'd take a look at was how much diesel we actually used, because that really sort of influences how much money you spend. So in total, to drive the 5,000 miles from the UK to the north of Sweden and back again, we used around 600 litres of diesel. There's 583, I think, in total, which actually isn't too bad. If you look at the mileage, it's probably around, well, it's 583, 5,000 divided by 583, it's just under sort of 10 miles per litre, if that makes sense. So not too bad. Average fuel economy throughout the trip was 45 mpg, which again was pretty good. This thing is rated, the maximum it will get is around 50, and we were driving through, well, in minus 36 at some point, so I think the car did very well. So in total it cost us £893 in diesel. Now that does sound like quite a bit. If you think though that that's 5,000 miles, that's £1,600 for 10,000 miles of driving, which is someone's annual bill. So actually that's not too bad, is it, if you think about it. Obviously then you have to include the Eurotunnel crossing, which for us was about £200. We didn't realise that we'd actually booked it when France wasn't allowing people in, so they're really cheap. So we got really lucky, because the week later they announced they're opening the borders, and suddenly the Eurotunnel doubled in price. So we got really lucky there. And what you've got to think as well, that we're carrying Mrs. DL and I, we measured, I think it was 80 kilos worth of luggage, and the dog. So for flying, I took a look at Gallivare Airport, which was within 25 minutes of where we were staying. To fly there in Lapland was going to cost us £1,000 for the two of us, with less luggage, or half the amount of luggage, and without taking the dog. So actually we did pretty well there. I think our total cost was about £1,000. So to be able to take the dog and sort of unlimited luggage was brilliant, and we've obviously got a bit more of a holiday as well with the 8 days of travelling we did. Now all that extra stays combined, did a quick add up on Airbnb. So we did 4 stays on the way up and 4 stays on the way down. I think it was combined, it was about £320. So £1,300, you've got an 8-day holiday, travel to the Arctic Circle. You can't really go wrong, can you, to be honest? It's pretty awesome. For the dog as well, I wouldn't want to stick him in a cargo hold of a plane. It's not fair on him. Whereas in the back of the Volvo, he's got sublime comfort, treats, hot dogs, you name it, he was loving it. So yeah, well worth it in my opinion. And I thought another thing to consider would be the environment, because in today's day and age, everybody's talking about the environment, everybody's talking about reducing your carbon footprint. So I did a bit of calculating regarding our carbon footprint for the trip. So in total, this car would have emitted 1.3 tons of CO2 to drive to the Arctic Circle and back, which sounds horrendous. And that was working on the fact that this car does 173 grams per kilometre. So 1.3 tons sounds like quite a lot, but actually when you compare it to a plane, to do those same flights, and this is direct, this isn't without a stop, which is what I've compared price wise. I think that the direct ticket was over £1,500. you're looking at 1.8 tons. So we saved half a ton of CO2 driving to the Arctic Circle compared to flying. And actually, that's not including driving to the airport and the cost, the environmental cost of running the airport and everything like that. It's just purely the plane. So yeah, quite interesting. And that's all our travel during the holiday as well. So if you think about it like that, that's pretty good. We saved well over half a ton of CO2. Probably even less, because actually Sweden use biodiesel, so your grams per kilometre drops slightly. So in terms of cost to us, it was pretty good. It was well worth it, in my opinion, and a cheaper way of doing it than flying. And we've got all the memories and all of that sort of thing. You have your own car. You can't really go wrong. I think it was an extra £50 to add it to my insurance to drive up to the Arctic Circle and back. When did you think about the risk involved? And it was actually £21, and I was hit with a £29 admin charge. So yeah, pretty crazy. But actually, the environmental cost as well, or the environmental saving, is well worth it, in my opinion. If you're willing to drive for 10 hours a day to all these amazing places, you see all the beautiful sort of scenery, everything like that, it just makes sense to do it. Why, if it's connected by land, why fly, in my opinion? If there's a road there, drive there, or even if there's a railway there. I do like a long distance rail journey, but anyway, we're getting off topic. That is sort of the costs of the journey itself. Now, we stayed in Jokkmokk, and that was £600 for the week, which wasn't too bad. Food, etc. We spent quite a bit on food, but when you're on holiday, you do, don't you? So yeah, a really, really awesome quality trip. I think, to be honest, the whole trip cost us less than £2,500, which for 2.5 weeks of travel, exploring, everything like that, that's including ski hire, that's including everything, you really can't go wrong at all. And I thoroughly recommend doing it. It's not that difficult. I think for those of you who want to do these big sort of trips, please do get in touch, because I think the fact that I've done it, it's much easier to work out what you need to do from a realistic point of view. So if you want help planning them, do get in touch at Drive Life Volvo on Instagram. And yeah, I'm more than happily help you plan your trip, or long road trip, because it's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know the longest trip you've done in your Volvo, or any car for that matter, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.